Good people, I'm very much excited to be back on Live Up with Shalon, a podcast that is there to help us have a different way of thinking, sharing perspectives, sharing experiences, and really try to shape the man that you are meant to be. Finding your purpose, finding your why, having to heal your traumas, having to bring in the awareness. I'm sure if there are three ways best to describe myself, it's awareness, healing, and purpose. I know for a while I haven't been producing these podcasts, not because I didn't want to, but obviously because I'm a human. There are life pressures as well that we go through as people, and I couldn't really have the strength to come and stand behind the camera and giving what I'm supposed to be giving to the world. Probably as I'm speaking, you could be somebody who is literally going through the same phase where you feel like what you are really supposed to be doing, you can't necessarily do it for different reasons. And half the time what will happen is we end up judging ourselves for failing to do things that we know we are really supposed to do. I've been going through grief after losing my father. It has been a journey for me to really having to accept and learn to live with the pain, for it doesn't go away anyway. I also started a new job, which has been really taking a toll in me. So emotionally, I was not really in a very great position to be able to come out and give. You know, you cannot give from an empty space. But those moments when you feel like we cannot do it anymore, when you feel like we do not have the strength to do what we are supposed to do, those are the moments when we really need to sit down, re-strategize, and reflect, search within yourself, find that momentum and find the power to come back and continue to do that what we are supposed to do. It does not necessarily matter what is happening to you in your life. It is very important that you know who you are and you know what you're supposed to do. Knowing whom you are, as you understand who you are, it means you know what exactly you are supposed to do. And you do it anyway with no excuses. At times we feel very tired, at times we feel very drained. That's okay. That doesn't make you the worst being ever. Just make you a human. Sometimes we go through phases in life that really needs us to look after ourselves emotionally. The world needs you to be strong emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. So the awareness that I want to bring to the world today is, are you aware of yourself? Are you aware of how you're doing? Are you aware of how you're doing emotionally? Are you aware of how you are doing mentally? After time, we tend to have conversation with people and we realize, oh no, seems like the emotional intelligence is absent. Simple things that builds up a human: empathy, compassion, respect, kindness. Things that we really need as human, even as we are navigating through conversations, understanding. That emotional intelligence, if you do not sit back and check yourself, how you are doing emotionally, you tend to become somebody that you are not very proud of. Till the moment you sit down and really see how you're doing, and really be intentional to be the person that you think the world will benefit. Because what you give to the world is what you get back. It's the energy that you give. So if you are aware of yourself emotionally and you have that emotional intelligence, you have empathy, you have understanding, you have respect, kindness, that means if you're giving that to the world will give you that back. Forgiveness. So the awareness that we must have emotionally is very important for us to really know how you are doing emotionally. And if you realize that you're not doing well emotionally, find ways on how best you can recover, how best you can look after yourself emotionally to be okay. Being aware of how you are doing mentally. Just knowing all these traumas we go through in life, experiences, negative circumstances that we go through, they shape certain individuals in us that we are not really proud of. It can be things that happen where we were raised. It can be things that happen around the world. And some things that we do not necessarily have power through, just happen to us. We become victims of circumstances. Mentally, it had such a huge impact on us, but you have to understand that the one who has that power to heal, for you to be well, is yourself. And when you connect to the universe, when you connect to your God, then you understand that before all these things, there was a person who had a purpose, who was created for a purpose, who had a reason for existence. So when you have that understanding now, you understand that there is nothing that should stop you to become that person. And when you're not doing well mentally, you tend to become somebody else that you're not, simply because mentally you're not doing well. So it is very important to check on yourself. How am I doing mentally? Sometimes it calls you to look for somebody to confide in, someone to talk to. Go for counseling. Look for a safe space where you can literally pour what is happening to you from your within self. You need that. You need to be mentally okay. Or rather, you need to be mentally aware of what is going on. It's not the end of the world to have mental health issues. We have so many mental health issues that the world needs to be aware of. And that doesn't mean that there is anything wrong with you. It's just that you're not doing well in that space. And the greatest thing, when you're aware of how you're doing mentally or the challenges that you have mentally, then you can now have ways on how best you can navigate through life. Don't be ignorant and thinking that, everything else is okay. Sometimes things are not okay. There are different types of mental health issues, from schizophrenia, bipolar, you name it. So it's also great to have that awareness. Having that mental health awareness helps you also to understand people around you. To understand that people are beyond how they present themselves. Sometimes people are not aware of who they are. When you are aware, you extend the grace. You have that understanding that, okay, they are just human. Probably they don't know. But good thing is, if you know, then it's better. It's great to be aware of how you're doing physically. Just know how you are doing physically. Look after yourself. Look after your health. Be aware of what you're eating. This body is our responsibility. Nobody is going to come and do magic on your body except you. You need to be aware of what you eat. You need to be aware of, am I exercising enough? How many times should I exercise a week? Am I getting enough sleep? Am I drinking enough water? Basic things about your health matters, because how you are doing physically will really have an impact on this person that you're trying to bring to the world. So you cannot be a person that will always have excuses of not feeling well because half the time you don't feel fit. Be aware of your own body, be in control of it. We are living in this world today where you can actually see your doctor, be aware of even your status, be aware of how you're doing, even if when the doctor tells you about things that are so worrisome. Yes, it's good that you're aware of it. And when you're aware of it, then you know how best you can look after yourself with that particular condition that you're in. I do not know what you're going through and what your doctor have told you, something that can be stressful, but you know what? Denial cannot take you anywhere. You need to accept whatever it is, and accepting does not mean that that's the end of it. You can now try to find ways on how best you can back your body and how best you can support your body so that this body will continue looking after you. So do not neglect your body. So have the awareness of how your body is doing. Listen to your body. If anything is not going well, if anything is worrisome, then seek help as early as you can. It's good for you. Having that awareness will help you even to look after yourself. Physical appearance, look after your skin. The aura that you give to the world matters. Look after your environment. Look after where you stay. Just be intentional about everything that you're doing in life, because when you realize how important you are, when you realize that you are here for a reason, you're here for a great purpose, you do not stand a chance any day to watch yourself go down the drain, because that's how we lose something great. So have that awareness. Live an intentional life. Be intentional about what you do, about everything, about anything that, anything around you. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of your environment. If the environment is not healthy, then change. Be aware of the relationship and the connections around you. If those are not healthy, then change them. Be aware of how you're doing with your family, because if those relationships are not doing well, they're going to have a huge impact on how you are doing as a person. Be aware of your finances and be in control of them. Because if your finances are not doing well, definitely it's going to have an impact on you. Be aware of yourself vocationally, knowing your career, knowing your career path, knowing what you want to do this coming year, knowing what's your plan. Have that in mind. Have that in plan. Do not just live for the sake of it, expecting miracles to happen. Be intentional. Intentionality is key. And then you set goals. You start working towards them. Do not give up on yourself. I know life has so much pressure, but it's so much important that you sit down, you know how you're doing, you get to be intentional about things, and you look after yourself. It all starts with awareness. It all starts with having an understanding of things happening around you. You got this, and you gotta be in control. If you're not on the driving seat, it's time now. You get to sit on that seat, and then you start controlling your life the way you want. The universe is backing you. God is with you. You have to have that confidence that I got this. Sometimes we are just living life of pleasing people, living on people's expectation, and self-sabotage ourselves. It's high time you put an end to it and having an understanding that whatever that you're doing, it's actually what you want. And not that it's something that you want. It's in line with who you are. Because the only person that you can give to the world that you know best is yourself. If you try to copy these things we have been taught, everything that we are shaped with, sometimes it doesn't do you no justice. But knowing yourself is the best gift that you can give to yourself. And that's the best gift that you can give to the world. I'm excited to be here and to be back. And I feel much energetic. I got some vibe that we're going far and we're looking forward to grow together. Thank you so much for watching. And to those who haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button so that you can always listen and you can always be in touch with everything that we are giving up. Thank you for your support. I really do appreciate it. With love, this is your guy Shalom, and you guys take care. See you next time. Bye.